If there's one thing I think all teachers can agree on, it's that there is just not enough time in the day. So when something pops up and it's going to save us a bit of time, you better believe we're going to jump on it. Even if it's only 30 minutes, worth it. So if you're constructing a program or you're planning for a whole term's worth of little activities throughout the week, it doesn't have to take hours anymore. It can be done in minutes. And I've personally used ChatGPT quite a bit recently in the last couple of weeks to set myself up for this term. So I'm going to show you 4 ways that you can use this powerful AI to save yourself hours. So what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to go to the website chat.openai.com, and you're going to create yourself an account, or you're simply going to use a sign-in for your existing Google account. It saves time, saves passwords. When you get into it, you're going to have a chat with your AI. And one thing that I want you to do is try and be as specific as possible. So maybe you're keen to try something new, or you're planning something from scratch. Right now, I'm currently working on planning a 5-week picture book program for The Red Tree by Sean Tan. And what I wanted to do is I am currently looking with my 5/6s at themes, figurative language, visual literacy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask ChatGPT, can you please focus on the themes, figurative language and visual literacy? I need 4 lessons per week where students get to create their own text in the 5th week, okay? I'm going to be quite specific. I'm going to paste it in and we're going to see what he comes up with. So ChatGPT is going to go to work, and I'm not saying that you're going to pick this up and you're going to teach from it, especially if you're looking at a full program. What you want to do is take this and use it as the bones. So I took it and it's my basic outline of my structure. It's going to give me the 4 lessons for the week with an introduction, a body and a conclusion that I can start to use to mold that 5-week program. So for something big, it's better to have a look at it and make those changes that are specific to your classroom. It doesn't know your class like you do, so you can implement that differentiation and all of the little things that your class needs, but it's gonna save you hours of time generating those ideas and coming up with all the little things that you might not think of. So it's set it up, it's given me the ideas, it's given me some structure, and I'm gonna make some tweaks here and there, and then it's pretty much ready to go. The second thing that I want to show you is if you are planning for generating bulk writing prompt activities. You might be doing a sentence of the day program where you are looking at a specific spelling rule or grammar. So let's just say you are looking at working on plurals and a spelling rule for Y to IES. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask ChatGPT to write me 50 sentences where the spelling rule plurals of Y and IES is incorrect. Now you have a sentence of the day where your kids can fix the errors, and it saves you countless hours writing them yourself. You can get creative with this and you can ask it for examples and non-examples, or you can include other spelling areas to differentiate for you. So you could ask it to include simple sentences or compound sentences or complex sentences that have that rule incorrect or incorrect in it, and you have a bank of 50, 60, 100, however many you need over the term, ready to go right there for you. The next thing that I want to have a look at is, for us, we've just come back into term 3, and I always like to start my term with a team building activity. It gives me a chance to highlight all those expectations and all the things that I want the kids to remember going back after they've just had their holidays. So to keep it fresh, I'm going to ask ChatGPT today to give me some ideas, and I'm going to ask it for 20 team building activities to do in a primary or elementary classroom. And then the best thing that I like about it is that it's going to give me all these examples, and some of the things that you can do is you can ask it to elaborate and level it up. So for this one, it's giving me some prompts, and I really like the art activity. My kids love to do art, but I'm not the most creative guy. So I'm going to ask it to elaborate, and I'm going to get it to give me some examples of things that it can do. And I'm just going to simply ask it to elaborate and level it up so that I've already got all these activities ready to go, and I don't have to plan. It's going to save me hours. And finally, one thing that I've been using ChatGPT for a lot this year is for generating some math questions. Now, the key here is that I'm going to use it for built-in differentiation, which is what I love about it most. We've been learning about multiplication using the algorithm lately, and I'm going to get them to practice it in our first week back. So I'm going to find, instead of having to scour the internet and make up my own questions, I'm going to ask ChatGPT to do it for me. And I'm going to ask it this, I'm going to punch it in, I'll put it up on the screen for you. I'm going to ask it this: can I have 3 sets of 5 multiplication problems? The first set will only use numbers less than 5, be 2 digit by 1 digit. The second set will be 2 digit by 2 digit, and the third 3 digit by 2 digit. And I always ask this: please check that all the parameters are met. Sometimes it does get a bit finicky and it does fluff it sometimes, so you have to be very specific or tell it to check itself to make sure that it's getting it all right. And just like that, I've got my differentiator questions ready to go. I can pop them up straight into the whiteboard and they're ready to go. And I've got my differentiation done. Now, obviously I will check them and make sure that they all are appropriate, but it saves me so much time having to sit there and make sure that I haven't made any mistakes myself or trying to format them and put them into slides or whatever. This way I've got it ready to go. And you can also differentiate this even further. So you can ask it to do all 4 different operations. You could ask it to do order of operation stuff. You could ask it for word problems. Anything that you're going to need that's usually for differentiation purposes and to change things up, you can use ChatGPT. Just ask it to generate those questions for you, give it your specific parameters, and you've got groups, 3 groups, 4 groups, 5 groups, however many you need, it'll pump it out for you. This is definitely one to add to your arsenal. And that's it. That's 4 things that I've used ChatGPT for this term alone, just to save myself countless hours. So let me know below if there's anything that you've used ChatGPT for to level up your learning and save yourself time. Share it with the community, let them know, and maybe they can save some time too. If you have any other creative prompts, comment below. Otherwise, have the best time using all of those hours that you've just saved.